I keep trying to tell you about the masculine Johns, man. I be forgetting their names, man. Hold on, I gotta go ahead and find their names real quick. But we're gonna get into this other couple, man. I think her name is Zaria. I think he's Troy. I think his name is Troy, man. We're gonna find out in a little bit, but I covered them. This is the Love at the Lockup show. Hold on now. Hold on. Relax. Before we even get into this drawing, you know, I gotta do my dance. Love at the Lockup time. Love at the Lockup time. It's Daddy's favorite show. It's Daddy's favorite show. Love at the Lockup time, baby. So this was a couple in the previous episode where, like, yo, they when their first nights, because they always kind of document when the prisoner gets out, they always kind of document the couple's first time being intimate and what that's like. It's always interesting to see the difference in the confessionals. And 9 times out of 10, for the most part, if it's the woman who's on the outside waiting, she mostly is talking about. And it's not always bad, but the conversation is more so like, this shit better be good. All right, and listen, people have a high expectation for you when you're a broke ninja. All right, when you're a broke ninja, listen, how she feel about you hinges heavily on how good you are in bed. You know what I mean? Like, I always reflect on my time when when I wasn't doing as good. How much more dedicated, how much more heart. You know what I mean? I had so much more to prove, man. I was just willing to do so much more, and I still do a little bit, but not like back then. You know what I'm saying? Not like back then. I'm doing Shannon Sharp rules. I'm almost to a point where I don't want to eat nothing. I just want to look at it and be like, okay, you one of those. I kid. But I bring this up because, again, don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with a woman not wanting you to be bad in bed, of course, and wanting to be able to enjoy you in that way, of course, right? But whenever she makes it a point to say it out loud to a public audience, because, again, this is what I think her name was Zaria. Zaria. That's what Zaria wanted people to know. She was most concerned with whether or not her man had a big penis, and said it on camera as well. Okay, and again, when people say stuff, the things that people choose to say, it reflects what they think is okay and not okay. They're not just saying it. It's not a random thing and whatnot. No, that is based off of. I'm sorry. Most of the things that people say is based off of what they think is okay. In her mind, that was okay. That was just fine. This is a man that she's already married. She married him while they were in prison. And again, people got to realize people's decisions tend to match. If a woman is involved with a man, all right, if she can marry a man while he's in prison, that speaks a lot to, yo. That means that she's saying, this is the best I could possibly do. That's how women think when it comes to getting a man. For the most part, whether they're going to say it to you or not, the man she's with says to the rest of the world, I'm saying to y'all, this is the best I could do. This is what I'm able to accomplish. Right? And I bring this up because what I find is that people who make bad decisions usually don't have the best emotional regulation. And I like to use that term because I think it helps people to understand the allocation of responsibility when it comes to how you express yourself. And what I see that goes on a lot with modern women is that whenever a modern woman does anything wrong, especially if it involves a man, you'll often hear arguments that kind of say he did something to make her do that. Or for example, when a woman cheats, you know what I'm saying? When a man cheats, he's just wrong for cheating, right? If a woman cheats, people question, well, what's wrong with the man? He must be inadequate if she feels as though she has to go somewhere else to, for intimacy, right? So you kind of get an idea of the difference in, how people see, each sex and whatnot. But anywho, and I hate to say this, right? But women who talk like that, a lot of times, that is a very masculine thing. And again, nothing wrong with her wanting to get stroked down during having super fun adult time and whatnot. But if it's important to the point where she wants the world to know, that's what she's concerned with. When it comes to your relationship, she's hinging this relationship on how good you are in bed. You know what I'm saying? In that first in that first episode, when that when he's released and whatnot, and they're at the hotel and whatnot, like she makes him sit on basically like a yoni steamer, and makes him steam, basically get his butthole steamed. Son got his butthole steamed in the first episode. She got him doing all types of crazy stuff. And also, even the way she's talking about him. And again, nothing wrong with a woman enjoying a man looking good. But the issue is she's looking at him the way a man will look at a woman. Because men are very visually driven, you know what I mean? And can be very sexually driven. Another thing that it does is, like, again, all that behavior, that's masculine behavior. And the thing is that, if a man is not on his purpose, this kind of behavior won't be as obvious to you. Let me tell you something right now. Whenever women do certain things, you can't look at it as that's just what she's doing. Nah, she masculine. This one right here, very masculine. And I told you, I bring this stuff up because from there I say, she's very masculine, right? And she's the man in the relationship, and she's the one who's going to turn up. And also, she's the one who controls the flow of energy in the relationship. And the problem with letting women control the flow of energy in a relationship is that women go through different emotions and different feelings. You know what I'm saying? If the way your relationship goes is that if she feels some kind of way, basically she can make y'all day a bad day anytime she wants. That's kind of what happens when women are with men who kind of buy into or try too hard to be supportive. Some things you just can't support. Some things you gotta just say, nah, I'm not doing it, and just stand on business. All right, but let me go ahead and get into this clip. So what's going on here is that she's kind of giving y'all a good example of how, like, women will see their men as property. So this is a scene where the man's going to go see his daughter. And it's really weird. So Zara, she has these problems with his son's mother. And I don't think she knows her personally or nothing like that. But I think Troy had to call her and whatnot. And it seems like the sound of her voice, just hearing her voice obviously got her triggered, really, really upset, right? So this has kind of been going on for the last episode, and she's just been spazzing out, all right? But here we go. Fair use.
Talk to her, you'll say a couple words in front of me, and then you go in the other room. Troy's ex is Yana. They have a child together. I feel like she still loves Troy. You got to hide.
I just want to see my daughter and that shit.
I'm not going to Buffalo.
Yo, whenever you got men, he is in a completely submissive position to the point where even his posture, he looking down, and he just, men, you don't never want to be. If a woman ever puts you in a position of pleading or saying, I just want to do so and so, and that's it. First of all, again, you cannot feed into the idea or the concept that you belong to her, meaning that she's supposed to have a bearing and control over what you do. All right. And again, a lot of these guys coming out of jail, a lot of them don't really have a lot of experience with having or being either successful with women or having a healthy relationship. All right. And again, like I always say, all these guys will be much better off just being on their own for a while and not dealing with nobody. But a lot of men don't like that, especially black men. Black men do not like the concept of, you gotta leave girls alone for a little bit if you want to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to realize, bro, it ain't but so much time in a day. All right, especially if she's not, if she don't feel as though, all right, I'm looking at this guy, he seems as though he's going in this direction. Let me go ahead and support this and cheerlead this and take a chance on this guy. The way that most women who are with a high value guy, that's how they got him. It wasn't you just met him at the very top of his game and he said, I choose you. Like, nah, that's just not how it works. But anywho, so I'm not gonna lie, the conflict is not even clear. Like, again, This right here might just be her having an episode. She might just be having a psychotic episode, but she gets super upset. All right. And another issue is that his mother, is again, everything about her says that there is no man in her life. All right. And a while back I heard Crimson Curve make this point about how the man kind of raises the woman, and he helps them turn the girl into a woman. I mean, meaning that he helps you to mature and become a fully grown. Makes help you to think like a woman. Like, and the issue with my generation and modern women in general is that they think that education and money and age makes you a woman, and sex makes you a woman. That's the same. It's the same as me saying that about a man. No, that's not all that makes a man. It's about your integrity, your training, your morals, your value, your personal code, your experiences. Your perseverance. You know what I mean? Your resilience, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Your warrior spirit, your conqueror spirit. All that is such a it's such a unique process, right? And it can't be defined by all these superficial things alone. You understand? But anywho, his mother, I ain't gonna lie. Last episode, when she meets this girl's parents, Zaraya's parents is like they have a church and whatnot. She comes to that church fried, okay, and starts tripping off some gummies, and you know what I'm saying, like crazy. But anywho,
Leave me alone. Pack your and get the out.
Where is he? Troy!
you know what's interesting about this season? He's the second dude I've seen. Matter of fact, all the guys who are prisoners coming out, right? They all get put in a position where they have to kind of escape the woman. You know what I'm saying? And get away from them. Which don't get me wrong, it's kind of a natural thing, but also too, what you just saw in that scene, that is a great example of why you don't move in with a woman. That's pretty much what happens every single time. You know what I mean? Most men will all tell you the same story about how when they live with their girl or was living with their first baby mother, or when they live with a girl in general, that basically how a woman will put you out. A woman will actually put you out in the streets with on a moment's notice. You know what I'm saying? No time, no nothing. No, you need to leave today. She told that man to pack his stuff and leave. She cold as ice. You know what I mean? And not only that, my man even do nothing. And what's crazy is when we get deep into the episode, we're gonna get into her crimes. Fair use, my bad, y'all.
I need to talk to her because some boy been up in here and him and her having an affair.
Okay, yeah, so she's making reference to the fact that Zaraya actually was cheating on old boy while he was in jail. All right, and this is really interesting. For the most part, this is one of the reasons why if a woman cheats on you, you can't take it back. You can't deal with it no more because it's always going to be this issue. And the thing is that if a woman could do that to you, I'm saying the reality is, fam, she don't respect you. she don't respect you, right? And what's going to happen is that she's not going to carry on and try to kind of atone and whatnot, right? So it's going to be this thing that even if you can never talk about it again, you can never mention it. You know what I'm saying, none of that stuff. And on top of that, she'll kind of, even if it sounds like you're approaching the subject, she's gonna blow up on you. Pause. Okay. I've been in the same situation, right? Well, I've had incidents where I had an ex that did something to me that was like really wrong, and rather than if it comes up, because again it'll be relevant to a future situation, rather than saying, listen, I'm really sorry about that, I kind of really upset and I'm sorry about that. If the response is, oh my God, like why you always talk about that? Like stop bringing that up. Because on some level it says the person is also not sorry. When people have a hard time saying sorry, what's interesting is that a friend of mine years ago told me about how like his significant other didn't start saying sorry until later on in a relationship. When people can't say sorry or my bad, yo, that speaks to a person that has poor friendship value. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like you wouldn't want your friend to feel like you don't care about him, or you wouldn't want your friend to feel like you don't care if you hurt their feelings. That's not a normal relationship. You know what I mean? But anywho,
Who? Zabria.
Today you found that out?
She telling me now.
Who?
Yana.
Trying to
okay. So I ain't gonna lie. If for one, you shouldn't be calling his son's mother. If she resents that woman to that point, you shouldn't be calling your son's mother. So your son's baby mother at his new woman's house. I ain't gonna lie, that's a little weird. I mean, I'm guessing that of course they gotta talk because she is her grandchild's mother and whatnot. But at the same time, like, that's a conversation you can have outside. But her mother, like Troy's mother, is like mad inflammatory, and she's like not helping anything. She's not helping nothing. You understand me? Nothing.
stay calm, yo. I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to stay calm.
Man, you are not trying to stay calm, fam. You are yelling from the other side of the door. You are not trying to stay calm. Oh, I got it right. His name is Troy. And what I tell y'all about that age difference, all right? When women be dating guys that's younger than them, that means they have run out of options, yo. And it always means they're crazy. Always, you know what I'm saying? And they always horn dogs, always masculine horn dogs. She a masculine freak bull.
Hello? I'm really gonna do something to Yana. She's messy as I hear here in the mirror, and she talking about Zaria had an affair with somebody while he was in prison. He already know, you dumb. Troy and I have been married for 3 years. Around a year ago, things were not good. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of arguing, and I just didn't feel like he was showing me the love that I needed at the time. I told him that I felt weak. I told him that I couldn't make marriage work in prison. He kept saying, well, we only have X amount of time left. But I developed feelings for this guy that I was talking to. And I confessed to Troy that I was sexually intimate.
So hold on. So she cheated on him, and the man. First of all, she didn't confess to him in no nice way. She got mad at him and told him that's why I've been smashing someone else. That you did not tell. I could tell by how she communicated. She did not tell him in no way that said that she wanted to atone or she was sorry for what she did. Okay, yo, she was like, motherfucker, you know what I mean? That's what happened. Okay, but again. I'm about to close out because it's late and I gotta work in the morning. So we're gonna get more into this tomorrow because I want to start breaking down all the couples and everything. I feel like I've been like neglecting all the couples. You hear me? So I'm gonna do a few more. Also, fair use. YouTube, don't be hating. Fair use. Thank you. Relax. Fair use. But it's also crazy how she told the story. Like I developed feelings and this and that. Fam, you wasn't having no relationship. Not only that, using words like I feel weak, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. Again, people who have no emotional regulation, they will make spontaneous decisions, and especially for someone in this situation, what she basically saying is that, yo, I wanted to have a one night stand, and I found someone to have sex with. All right. This is someone who also has a misunderstanding of what sex is supposed to be between two people who love each other. Of course, you want to have a good time and get it popping and y'all get your rocks off and whatnot. But more than anything, it's supposed to be about y'all connecting, y'all being together. Okay, that's when you get the most out of it. You have the most fun. It's about y'all having fun together too. You know what I mean? Not like you're actually feeling like, yo, this has to be a whole experience. Like, nah, like the guy, because like, that's not how you treat your friends. All right, but anywho, like, share, subscribe, man. I just want to go ahead and touch on that real quick. Pause. And y'all have a good night, man. Love y'all, man. Peace.